But the Big Ten keeps coming out with some crazy college football playoff expansion ideas. And I don't know what they're doing. We'll discuss coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there tuning in. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. If you didn't think that the Big Ten 16 team, 4 automatic qualifiers for the Big Ten and the SEC, 2 automatic qualifiers for the ACC and the Big 12, and then 1 to the Group of 5 and 1 to Notre Dame. If you didn't think that playoff scenario, that playoff expansion format wasn't crazy enough, well, they decided to go ahead and one-up that. The Big Ten last week was reportedly in discussions about proposing a playoff format that would be 24 or 28 teams, eliminate conference championship games, and allocate a large number of automatic bids to the Power 4 conference, including the Big Ten, as many as 7 automatic bids to the power conferences. And Jay, I am at this point ready to go back to the BCS or the polls to decide the national championship, because getting to 24 or 28 teams to me is ludicrous at this point.
So basically it sounds like they want to eliminate conference championships, and that to me is a complete hard stop. Non-starter whatsoever. Conference championships to me is the backbone of college football, especially because you got too many teams. Look, there is no perfect system. There never will be one. Why? There's too many teams to try to determine this. And the other big problem I have with this is that you're going to put 7 teams in from the two biggest conferences. Understood, they're considered the best, but so what's the point of having the other teams? Why do we have the group of 6? Again, if we are going to do anything close to that remotely, G6 needs to have their own playoff system. They need to have their own setup. They need to do their own thing. They should not be involved with FBS like this. It should be into 2 tiers, and they have their own, similar to like D2, D3 type setup. Specifically because everybody's trying to find more and more ways for them to never get a chance. Sure, you may feel like they would never be able to compete. That is totally fine. In football, it's very hard to have a Cinderella, because in the end, it's usually the healthiest and the strongest that typically wins it all. 100% agree. But John, this is absurd. Like, why are we going to try to eliminate? To me, if you want to go that route, make it that way. Have a playoff system where you lead to the conference championship, and then whoever wins the conference championship is the one that plays in the final portion of whatever your playoffs are. We got to stop ignoring the G6s, in my personal opinion, because then, to me, again, why do they exist? What is the value of it?
Yeah, if you're going to not give them access, or you're going to overemphasize some middle-of-the-pack teams in the Big Ten and the SEC, then get rid of the playoff altogether, because let's look at who were the 7th place teams in the Big Ten and in the SEC. Tied for 7th in the Big Ten, Michigan with an 8-4 record, 8-5. I guess they were 7-5, and then they won their bowl game, so they were 8-5 on the season. But they were 5-4 in Big Ten play. Minnesota was also 8-5, 5-4 in Big Ten play. Does anybody care to see them get another opportunity at the playoff? No. Nobody does. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Do we want to see Iowa?
Yeah, well, let's look at the SEC, okay? So if we want to take even Alabama, Ole Miss, and South Carolina off the table, because they were like the next 3 teams that were in consideration for the 12-team playoff last year. But again, they finished 9-3, 9-3, 9-3. But Missouri, they were 10-3 on the season. Okay, they went 5-3 in SEC play. Texas A&M, 5-3 in SEC play. Do we want LSU 5-3 in SEC play? Do they need another opportunity at a national championship? No, they do not. And I get it. Ohio State, they lost a game to Michigan, and they got another chance at the national championship. Okay, but that's a little bit different, okay? Because they were still one of the better teams in college football. They lost their rivalry game, lost in the Big Ten championship, but they still had to get to the Big Ten championship. I have no interest in seeing a 4-loss team. And really, I don't have much interest in seeing a 3-loss team make the playoff. Even if it's Oklahoma this year, I I would not love that.
No, it wouldn't be interested in that at all. Like, I want the top teams to play, and I don't want more football just for the sake of more football. I think that's the thing that people don't understand. Once you get more into the December range, I'm not here for just football to have it. All these teams are beat up. These players are beat up. I would like for it to be better quality. I want the top teams to battle it out to end the season. Like, I'm exhausted at that point. Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying every minute of it, but I'm tired. I know that it's so. If in a perfect world, John, the national championship will be on January 1st, and it would rotate between different sites. It will be the evening of that day, or it will be the Saturday around it, or the first Saturday after the first. Because to me, I think the biggest malpractice in college football is having a national championship on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Period.
Hate that.
I hate it. Put it on a Saturday. Make it huge. It'll be a lot easier for everybody to travel and get there. I mean, sure, you take off work, whatever. It's around the holidays. So most people ain't working anyway. Totally get that. Cool. Cool beans. Give me some Saturday night action. I know it will be live. So do it around the Saturday of the 1st or on the 1st. That to me is probably the best case scenario every single year. And then some of the college football purists out there, as they would call themselves, they'll have it at the Rose Bowl occasionally. That would be awesome. I'm totally here for that. But I don't want it to always be at the Rose Bowl. No. I want it to move around continuously. I want it to maintain in your Big Six, from the Rose Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, down to the Cotton Bowl in Texas. Well, it's at Cowboy Stadium or 18, whatever. I don't know what it is. Jerry's Circus, we'll call it that. Yeah. But go around to the Sugar Bowl, Peach Bowl, or the Orange Bowl. Give me that. I'm here for it. But we need to, for real, if you're going to do all of this crazy stuff, you better make sure the brackets are set up to where it ends around that time. I don't want to go further into January. I don't want that. That is the worst. I want it done right around when winter starts. And that, to me, is the perfect time for college football.
Yeah, if we're going to expand it to 24, 28 teams and you're going to add 2 to maybe 3 more rounds to the playoff, then you're going to have to start cutting non-conference games.
Yep.
Because you're going to start asking these players to play 20 football games in a season to go win a national title, or 18. To me, that's nonsensical, and it doesn't make sense. I think you're right. The season needs to be from last weekend of August for week 0 until January 1. Call it good. Or if you want to have the semifinals on January 1 and then that next Saturday, the national championship, fine. But you're right. College football is built for Saturdays or for New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. That's when it should really all come to a head, and it would be a momentous occasion. Monday night college football national championships or Thursday night semifinal games just does not hit the same way. So unless it's a New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, but anyway, digression. So anyway, I don't love it. I think 12 is the right number. I don't even like the idea of 16 at this point. I'd even be okay with them going back to 8, to be honest. I know that would sometimes impact Oklahoma's ability to make the college football playoff and have an opportunity for a national title. But if you go 9-3 on the season, do you deserve to play for a national championship?
That part. If you go 9-3 in the season, do you deserve to play in the Natty? And in my personal opinion, no, you shouldn't.
You don't.
It is what it is. That's how college football is, baby.
And I'm sorry for being an advocate for college football playoff expansion at this point. And that's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Thanks so much for tuning in and being a part of the show. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on every podcast platform and on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button and that notification button to let you know when new episodes drop. We're going to be going live on all Saturdays, every post game for the Oklahoma Sooners. We'll be here reacting with you here on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel wherever you get your podcasts. Follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Go check out his channel, Unfair Sports, on YouTube. You can follow my work over at SoonersWire.com. And the show is at Locked On Sooners on all your favorite social media platforms. But until next time, he's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. We'll talk to you then. Boomer.
Sooner. No more expansion. Let's go backwards.
Go backwards.
Make it mean more.
retraction.